Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Today we are here at Cannon BMW Motorcycles and I'm out this morning on the R1250RT LE. This one's got the exclusive pack and as you can see the bike is fully loaded. It's got the cases, lockable cases, which is excellent. Down here we've got the Akaprovich exhaust. Obviously you've got the centre stand. On this particular bike, we've got the guards here for the engine. Obviously, we've got the BMW brakes on this one. They're not Brembo, but they must be good, I'm sure. So we're going to jump on and quickly have a look and see what's going on. Now, we've had the bike off and on a bit this morning, so I'm going to start the engine. So, like I say, we've got lots and lots of things to talk about on this bike. 5 level heated grips, we've got the new screen, which is absolutely amazing. And if you're familiar with the BMW menus, then there's nothing here to really frighten you. It's all looking very much the same. We obviously we've got a screen which will move up and down at the press of a button, which is really, really good. Lots of different positions there. Mirrors look good, but we'll give them a look and see how they go. We've got we've got stowaway places here, and there's one just here as well. Here you can put your phone in there and charge it if you want to, so we might give that a go later on as well. We've also got your DIN socket just here, so that's the usual point that BMW has on a lot of their bikes now. Keyless ride, obviously, and the cruise control on this bike also is what they call passive cruise control. So with a touch of a button here, we can change the distance that we want to be away from the car in front, but we'll give that a go as well. Anyway, so lots to talk about, guys. I'm going to jump on the bike now, and we're going to see what this bike is all about. So thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks to Cannon BMW Motorcycles here in Witham for letting me go out on this bike. Now let's have a look and see what this bike's like there out on the road. Okay, so I quickly want to show you guys how the side cases work, because they're slightly different to how they would work on your R1250R or other bikes. So with here, you've got basically a key position here. So once you're in the open position, you push that, and this comes up, okay? Then we just pull that, and that opens, no problem at all. The cases will come off nice and easily, but going back on is a bit more tricky. So I'm not going to show you that, but basically, that's the way the cases work. Kickstand back into first gear, and let's see what we find when we get out there, guys, shall we? Off we go on this beast. I'm going to go very steady because I've never been on a bike so big before, to be honest. But yeah, once it gets going, it doesn't feel too bad at all. We're going to go onto the main motorway first of all. We'll just see what she feels like on the motorway, guys. The mirrors, I've not touched the mirrors, and I can see everything I need to. I'm not too sure if the mirrors are adjustable. I'm sure they must be, but I can't see anywhere to adjust them at the moment, so I've not adjusted the mirrors. To flat foot, you're going to need to be quite tall. I don't know if they do a lower seat, but as you all know, I'm 6'3". I promise I'll only say it once in this video, but I am 6'3", and I can just about flat foot. Okay, so for smaller riders, this bike will be a bit more difficult at low speeds, at lights and things like that. So we're straight out onto the main road, out onto the A12, and let's open her up and see. The quick shifter's nice and easy. Feels a bit heavier than it does on my bike, to be completely honest, and the screen is in its lowest position at the moment, and I'm getting buffeted in the head. The wind's hitting my shoulders a little bit, so if I lift it up and we'll go to the highest position, and now I am pretty much covered and not getting any wind at all. I can duck behind the screen, tuck my elbows in, and that's really, really good. It's an excellent screen, although I will say that if I sit up completely, the top of the screen is right in my eye line, which is a little bit annoying. So yeah, you have to duck down a little bit if you're 6'3", or deal with the fact that the screen's slightly in your eye line, or we can take it down a little bit maybe. Oh, we take it down a little bit and then it's not in my eye line, but I am getting wind to the helmet, so I'm not too sure about that. What's the best position? Maybe I'll just have to deal with the fact that the screen at top is slightly in my eye line. It's the curve of the screen, so if it was flat, it maybe wouldn't be so much of a problem. But yeah, so far guys, the seat's comfortable, the engine's very, very capable. We all know about this engine. I don't need to talk about the 1250 twin cam engine because we all know about that. It's fairly windy out here today, and I'm getting buffeted a little bit at motorway speeds, but overall it's a very comfortable experience. We're going to set the cruise control. So you can see in the middle I have set cruise control to 65 miles an hour, and that is the distance I am from the car in front. The bike will now pull me and push me faster and slower based on what's in front of me. By touching this button here, like I said earlier, I can change the oh, I've just disengaged it completely, have I? Fair enough. I can, well, it's by tapping it, that's why. It's by tapping it, that's why, Philip. Okay, let's get back up to speed. So by tapping the button, I can increase. So 3 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar. Okay, so you can change the distance of how far behind the car in front you want to be. You tap the cruise and it increases by 1 mile an hour. We all know this, guys. But yeah, basically it's going to keep me a set distance from the car in front, and it is working nicely. The car in front I'm staying away from. I'm at 3 distance, at 1 distance, at 1. Let's go a bit quicker and see what it does for me. So I'm set to 70, and it is keeping me further away from the car now. So it's slowing me down, it's slowing me down, it's slowing me down. I'm not doing anything. So yeah, that works just as it would in your car, guys. It's very easy, very, very good. So that's the cruise control, and again you can turn the that side of things off with the distance. You can turn the passive cruise control off by a long hold on that button, and it will get rid of it. So onto the heated grips, guys, because I really want to talk about this. So down here, if I push button 2, because that's how it's set, these are all shortcuts, and you can obviously set them up as you want. I'm not going to go through the shortcuts. I'm not going to go through all the tech on the bike because you can't really do that in a first review. There's not enough time. But I've got grip heating set to 2, but I'll set that to 3 and see how that goes. Push across to OK. I'm now set to 3. And then I've also got seat heating, which I've currently got set to 4. I think I can feel it, but not much. So I'm going to set that to 5. So we have 5 heating settings. That's really, really good. That's excellent. So, as I say, the motorway riding is going to be really, really comfortable. It's a big bike with lots of fairing. The mirrors are good. I'm getting buffeted about by the wind a little bit. But this screen is really, really good. And you can use maps on this screen as well. So if you push across, you can have different things on the screen. You can see me scrolling through now, so radio isn't on this particular bike. But you can have the navigation as well. So if you download the app and download maps onto your phone, then BMW Motorrad app will give you turn-by-turn sat-nav guidance. So that's really, really good. So yeah, guys, we are comfortable, we are warm. Heated grips are coming through nicely onto my gloves. I think I can feel the warmth of the seat, not massively, but I can feel it. I'm wearing my winter trousers though, so potentially, you know, I'm not going to feel it too much. Okay guys, so very capable on the motorways as we would expect, but what's she like on the more enjoyable twisty lanes? Obviously I think this type of bike is only going to, you know, attract certain buyers at its price point, because it is north of 19k for this model. The RT does start at 15 grand, but by the time you start putting add-ons on, it quickly raises up to well above that. So the LT is probably a good starting point because it comes with more equipment as standard. But like I say, this bike, when you look at it, you think, yeah, motorway muncher all day long. We're going to move the screen down now into the lower position. And it's a funny thing really, because riding a naked bike you expect the wind on your face at all times. But when you get a bigger bike like this and you've got the screen, when you lower the screen and you feel the wind, you kind of think, oh, I want to put the screen up. So anyway, that's how it kind of feels. But yeah, on these 40, 50 mile an hour lanes, it's a very, very nice place to be. Very comfortable. Balance is good. Doesn't feel like a big bike. Swings around nicely. And, you know, the corners, it just glides into the corners. And it's a very, very enjoyable place to be. Now we're into the 30. Just going to set the cruise control. See how she behaves. But yeah, the cruise control is the same as on all the other bikes, except for the fact it's got the radar, which is going to keep you from you know, bumping into things essentially. Really, you don't use it in situations like this where there's roundabouts. It's more for motorway riding, and obviously just like the normal cruise control, it will cancel when you touch the clutch, or when you hit the brake, or when you change gear. So as I say, it's a really, really enjoyable riding experience so far. But yeah guys, no problems at all on these little lanes on the 30s. At stationary speed she does feel a little bit difficult, but actually as soon as you get moving, oh hello, they love to pull out on a bike, don't they? As soon as you get moving, she really is very agile, moves nicely, and it's a very enjoyable ride. The clutch is very, very light, should you be inclined to use it. Obviously between first and second you probably want to use the clutch, but after that the quick shifter is definitely the way forward. We're still in the 30. Oh, now we're into a 40. Here we go. We can speed up a little bit now. Kick her up into third. Oh, she behaves very nicely on these lanes, guys. Someone's got a bonfire on the go. effortless. Ah, here we go. Oof. Yeah, the engine braking's very nice indeed, as you'd expect from the 1250. Lovely engine, really, really nice. The bike's really, really lovely. Sweeping long corners, super comfortable. This bike is going to be a tourer, you know, absolutely. You can ride anywhere on this bike, across continents, no problem at all. It's a lovely, lovely bike, really, really comfortable. Love the fact that it's got 5 heated phases in the grips. That's really, really good. The built-in luggage is really excellent, lots of room there. Riding position, you're upright, your arms are relaxed, and you're not going to have any problems here, guys. It's very, very comfortable. My neck's relaxed, I can look left and right. The mirrors are really big, so lots of vision. And you know, once you've adjusted everything how you want it to be, it really is a very, very nice place indeed to be. You're not gonna have any problems finding a comfortable position. The front brake is quite sharp, I will say. You know, you only have to touch it and it's stopping the bike quite quickly, but then I mostly use the back brake anyway. The front brake's more for emergency braking, really, but it is quite sharp. These aren't Brembo brakes on this bike, they are BMW own brakes, and I'll put the information up here of what exactly they are. But they're very good brakes, no problems. And you know, on the motorway, no problem at all. It's going to keep you well secluded. In town, no problems at all, 30 mile an hour. And now on these types of roads, it's a very, very nice place to be. There is some wind noise, and of course, if I don't like the wind noise too much, I can just put the screen up and it makes it a much quieter place. And that really does help with fatigue on long journeys. So if you're doing a commute, or if you want to go ride around Europe, and even if you want to pop to the shops, because you've got the panniers on there, you know, you can do it all on this bike, no problem at all. And like I said at the start of the video, I know that this bike probably isn't the most sexy bike in the world, but to be honest with you, it's very, very capable, it's very comfortable, and there are lots of reasons why you should be thinking about, you know, having a bike like this on your list if you've got the finances, you know, if you've got the money to buy one of these. It's a really easy bike to ride, and at the same time it's offering you lots of options. You know, the heated seats, the heated grips, with 5-stage. The rear heated seat can be controlled by the pillion. There's a little button on there, so that's really good. The engine is the engine, you know, the 1250 boxer engine, which just pulls and pulls, and it's so comfortable. There's a little bit of vibration through the pegs and into the grips, but nothing really to speak of. So overall, it's a very, very comfortable place to be, but also it's quite fun into the corners. It will throw itself round the bends. It will pick up pace quickly. It's just a real enjoyable place to be. The clutch, when you need to use it, is feather light. If you're not using the quick shifter. What do they call it? Shift Assist Pro. That's what they call it at BMW. Everyone's got a different name for it, haven't they? But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely bike to ride. And in all honesty, I think if I had the money, I'd definitely consider it. You know, it's you know, stopping here at the roundabout. As long as you get your braking right, you're not in any trouble. You know, and we can pull off away, easy peasy. And look, we're going round and round the roundabout, just pushing it into the roundabout. Not a problem at all. It's a real peach. It's a real peach. And yes, it will pick up quickly, easily. And I'm getting used to the screen now, to be honest, with the view slightly hampered in the highest position. It's quite nice. It's you know, you get used to it. You get used to the position. But yeah, look, round the roundabout again, guys. Into the roundabout she leans. She'll lean as far as you want, really. A really capable, enjoyable bike. And of course, many, many creature comforts. So guys, here we are with the R1250RT LE. And so far, it's been a really, really enjoyable ride. Very, very comfortable. Let's get a close-up of these, the front of this bike. It looks lovely, I think, really. For a big bike, it looks very, very nice indeed. As I said earlier, this bike hasn't got Brembo brakes, so they are BMW brakes. But you know, the suspension is excellent. It's really, really good. The ride comfort is superb. I've not mucked about with any of the modes yet, to be honest with you, but the bike in road is absolutely fine. What else can I tell you about it? Obviously the 1250 engine. It's got the Akroprovich exhaust, which makes it sound very nice indeed. The cases are very good, very easy to open. As I demonstrated earlier, no problems at all. The bike has got a back rack on here as well. So as well as a pillion, who's going to sit very, very comfortable in this ample seat, you can get other luggage on there as well, which would serve also as a backrest for your pillion. As you know, the bike's got quick shift assist pro, quick shift assist pro, which is nice. And then within the cockpit here, down here we've got our pre-settings, which you can use as shortcuts. As we said before, you've got your cubby here, and a nice cubby here, where my phone is charging away, which is good. And if we switch the bike on, this is what we get with the menus. So we dive down into the menus. And as with all BMWs, this is very familiar for anyone who owning a BMW, which is very, very good. We're going to start her up also now and see what she sounds like, okay? Let's have a go at that. So as I said, she's got the Akroprovich exhaust, which is not the standard pipe. Very, very nice indeed. Let's see what she sounds like, shall we? Very nice indeed. It's a meaty sound. Lovely, lovely. So if I just move that round so we can see a bit better. We'll just go through the switchgear with you guys. It's the BMW switchgear, which is very, very good. So you've got your cruise control. This button here is for the positioning of the cruise control. So the passive cruise control that keeps you far away from the car in front. 3 settings, and a long press on this will turn it off. Hazard lights, menu button. This controls the screen up and down. Hazard, you've got your indicators there, and then you've obviously got the horn. Oh wow, the horn's quite awesome. Wow, that's like a car horn. That is interesting actually, because normally bike horns are rubbish. So you've got the SOS here. You've got your start button, you've got your modes, and the rider modes we have on this bike are dynamic, eco, rain, road, and back to dynamic. Eco I've not seen before, so that'll be interesting. And then of course you've got the key here which will lock the bike, so that when you push that, that means I can't get in there anymore, and I can't get in there. So the boxes lock, which is excellent, extra security for you. The heated seat for the pillion is controlled here, heats 1 or 2, or the neutral position. And that's, well, that's pretty much it really. As far as the features on the bike, then it's more about how the bike looks. And I think for a big bike, she looks really lovely. With the hazard lights on. That's what she looks like, and with the front light on as well. So a really nice bike for a big bike like this. I think she looks really, really nice. Rides easy, very comfortable upright position, and you're really, really not going to have any trouble manoeuvring the bike at all, guys. You know, you do need to make sure that you're careful when she's moving very slow indeed. Here we can see the hazard lights at the back. Again, really nice lighting. And like I say, when she's very, very slow, yes, you need to be a little bit aware of the weight. But once you get going, it's just like riding any other bike. And she's very good on the lanes, very good on the motorway, obviously, as you'd expect. And no problems at all in town. Filtering can be a little bit tricky because the boxes are wider than the handlebars. So judging that is a little bit tricky. But other than that, really excellent bike, really, really good. And no negatives, to be honest with you. Obviously, the price is quite a lot, but that's to be expected with this type of bike. So, lastly, guys, I just want to say a big thank you again to Cannon Motorcycles over in Witham and to Jazz and the sales team for allowing me to take this bike out and do a review on the BMW R1250RT. Great bike, guys, and really, really enjoyed this one. So in eco mode, guys, as you'd expect, the throttle response is somewhat less lively. You have to kind of look for the grunt, look for the biting point. So I'm not a great fan of that. And to be honest, I think as a motorbike rider, fuel economy is not the most important thing to me. So I'm not going to worry about eco mode. So we'll change that. There we go. We're into dynamic mode. Let's see what the difference is, shall we? It's nice, but as I say, the temptation, as soon as you feel the wind, is to want to put the screen up, which is what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, if the screen's there, why don't we use it? If the comfort's there, why don't we use it? Guys, this bike is something you can definitely have fun on. You can take it down the lanes, you can do the motorway, you can do the commute to work, you can go shopping. It does everything, and the brakes are very good. The front brake's a lot sharper than my bike, I think, but I think the thing is, where it's a heavy bike, quite a big bike, it needs to be a little bit sharper, I would imagine. That's the need. In summary, guys, this is a really, really nice bike. It's very comfortable, great heated grips, great heated seat, 5-stage. Thank you, BMW. Brilliant. Really excellent screen, lovely screen, does a really good job of keeping the wind off you, and you do get used to the vision looking through the screen or just peeking above it. It's not the end of the world. It's going to be different for everybody depending on your height, basically. The switch gear is good, no problems at all. Lockable panniers and cubby holes where you can fit your phone and your wallet and everything else. Yeah, overall, guys, it's a really lovely, relaxing riding experience. The bike makes you feel like it's a home from home immediately. If you're used to BMWs, you'll be used to this, no problem at all. The engine is torquey and strong, very responsive. Gear changes are smooth, clutch is smooth. You know, essentially, everything is very, very good. There are no negatives about this bike. Like I say, the only stigma may be that it's quite a big bike to look at, but when you're riding it, it doesn't feel big at all. It's very nimble, very agile. Balance is good. You know, everything's very, very good. No problems at all. So I would say if you're in the market for this style of bike at this price point, then of course, you know, have a look. Get yourself over to Cannon Motorcycles in Witham. If you're in the area, have a chat with Jazz and sort yourself out a test ride, because, you know, it's a really excellent machine. And I've got no negatives at all. The riding position is really relaxed and upright. More so than my naked bike. It's more comfortable, I would say. Slightly straighter. It's a serious motorbike, and it's got everything you're going to need to do anything you may ever want to do on a motorbike, really. On the road. underline on the road. No, you can't take it off-road. So yeah, a really, really excellent bike. So guys, just want to say a big thank you to all of you for viewing. To those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much indeed. To those of you who are viewing the channel for the first time today, thanks very much for coming along, guys, and having a look at what's going on. Please do leave me a comment, and of course if you would like to, please do subscribe. From me and the R1250RT, it's goodbye for now.